I'm Olivier.
And I'm Rose.
And you're listening to
Olivier and Rose, the podcast where two girls get drunk and watch movies that Katie,
that's me,
has never seen. Katie, what movie did we watch today?
The Road to El Dorado.
El Dorado, the magnificent and golden, is a great animated movie.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for gracing your gift on us.
You're welcome. All right. Right into it. Short on time. The Road to El Dorado was released in 2000.
Okay.
It runs for an hour and 29 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It was directed by Bebo Bergeron.
Of course. Good old Bebo.
Yeah, I don't know. I think his name is Eric. But it said like Eric Bebo Bergeron. Whatever. I'm saying Bergeron like...
He goes by Bebo, though.
Like Patrice Bergeron because the last name is spelled Bergeron.
Probably is.
Yeah. It was written by Terry Rossio, Ted Elliott, and Carrie Kirkpatrick.
Carrie Kirkpatrick?
Kirkpatrick. The main cast is Kevin Kline, who plays Tulio.
Yep.
Kenneth Branagh, who plays Miguel.
Mm-hmm.
Rosie Perez, who plays Chell.
Yep.
Armand Asante, Zekel Khan. Edward James Olmos, who plays the chief, and Jim Cummings, who does Cortez.
I feel like the only person that rings a bell is Rosie Perez, but I, for some reason, don't know if I remember what she looks like. Her voice just sounds so familiar.
I know, I was trying to find something else that she voiced that I recognized, and
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything. But Kevin Kline, do you watch Bob's Burgers at all?
No.
He voices Mr. Fischoeder in Bob's Burgers. And I know that you've seen some of the Harry Potters. Have you seen the second one?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Kenneth Branagh is Lockhart, Gilderoy Lockhart.
Oh.
He was also... Did you have to watch Hamlet in school at all?
No.
The Hamlet that I watched in school, Kenneth Branagh is like a Shakespearean actor.
Oh.
And he played Hamlet. Alrighty, so Katie... What did you think this movie was about?
Honestly, I feel like I kind of got close.
Already.
My plot summaries are very short because I have 0% creativity. But, this is what I wrote. Also, I didn't know anything about this movie except for I looked at the movie cover, and that was, like, the only thing that helped me. So, these two guys... and an armadillo riding their horse from Madrid to El Dorado in the search of a shitload of treasure. They are merchants and their business hasn't been too great lately, so they want to find gold and become rich.
You know, for not knowing fucking anything about the movie, I have to give it to you.
Yeah, that was almost spot on, except for, like, they were just, like, con artists / hustlers.
Hustlers.
And they were in Spain, not Madrid, but...
Yeah.
Well, they could have been.
I mean, yeah, Madrid is in Spain.
Yeah.
So.
Is El Dorado a real place?
No, it's literally like a mythical city. I actually think there might be a place called El Dorado, but like the El Dorado City of Gold is like a mythical.
Oh, it's like a story?
Yeah. Alrighty. Real plot summary. Here we go. The movie takes place in Spain in 1519. Cortez is preparing to set sail for the New World. And Tulio and Miguel are these wanted men. They're playing dice with one of Cortez's crew members. They're playing with loaded dice. Mm-hmm. And at the very end, they bet all of their money against this map. A map which shows El Dorado.
Yes.
The crew member that they're playing with discovers that they're playing with loaded dice and like a fight ensues. Mm-hmm. And Tulio and Miguel run from a bowl, blah, 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 blah. They end up jumping into these barrels to hide, and those barrels end up on Cortez's ship, where they get discovered and thrown into the brig.
Yep.
However, they escape the brig by getting Cortez's horse, Altivo, to give them a crowbar which is actually just keys.
Yeah.
He's a horse. He doesn't know the word crowbar.
He's a smart horse.
Well, it's not a crowbar. They escape the brig with the help of El Tivo, who drops some keys. And Miguel forgets to give El Tivo his apple, and so he throws it, and El Tivo ends up jumping off of the ship to get his apple. So El Tivo ends up in the rowboat with Miguel and Tulio. And after a couple days, they reach land, and Miguel still has the map. And when he opens the map, he sees that, coincidentally, they end up on this place where El Dorado is.
Yes.
So they follow the trail. I actually wrote, they decide to follow the map over a fantastic Elton John song.
Ah, that's who was singing.
Elton John.
Okay. Makes sense.
The trail that we blaze.
Yep. Sounds like it. Now that I think back to it, that does sound just like Elton John.
So they also find an armadillo along this trail,
Yeah.
who ends up coming along with them. Because what's an animated movie with not one, but two animal sidekicks?
Yes, exactly.
Hold on, pause for sirens. Whoop, whoop.
That's
The sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the bees.
So after they follow this map, they end up finding a big rock that has these carvings of the gods who similarly look like Tulio and Miguel. And they are intercepted by, like, Chell, who's running away from the city, and she's followed by a bunch of guards. And the guards take everyone back through the entrance of El Dorado. Sorry, I love this movie. So, because they look like the gods, they are mistaken for gods, and their plan basically is to get a bunch of gold and then leave El Dorado. Chell wants in on the scam because she's basically like, you can't do this by yourself.
Yeah.
And they're like, what makes you think we can't do this by ourselves? Are you serious? So I'm going to do this whole episode is quote the movie, so be prepared. And so they agreed to let her in on the con. The only person who is not really sold on the fact that they're gods is Zekel Khan.
Yeah.
Who is the bad guy of the movie.
AKA the High Priest.
The High Priest. So...
Because he's a big nerd and knows all about it.
Nerd! The chief throws a big party that night, a big feast with tons of food, and then the next day, Zekel Khan has a sacrifice and a big ceremony. Tulio and Miguel get to the ceremony, and they're not pleased because Zekel Khan tries to sacrifice some guy. So they stop that. And then the chief is like, what about this? I have this for you. And it's a bunch of gold. And they're like, okay, yeah, like, that's what we want. And the chief goes to Xibalba. And they send it to Xibalba, which is the spirit world. So they just start throwing it over into the whirlpool.
Yeah.
And Chell stops that, so they actually get all the gold. But one of my favorite parts of the movie that I quote all the time, including right now, is when Zekel Khan's like, what about the sacrifice? And they're like, the stars are not in position for this tribute. And Miguel's like, stars, can't do it. Not today. Makes me laugh every time. So, to get all the gold out of the city, Tulio and Miguel ask the chief to start building a boat so that they can leave. And Tulio at this point kind of starts to freak out that they're going to get caught. So he's like, we should lie low and like not, do anything and just stay here. However, earlier they've also made a pact that Chell is off limits.
Yeah.
Tulio breaks that. And Miguel's like, bye, I'm going to go hang out with the locals.
Yeah.
So he goes to hang out with the locals and Zekel Khan sees and he challenges Tulio and Miguel to a Aztec football game against the best warriors in the city.
Yes.
And the game is to get this weird little tiny ball into this very, very high up gold hoop. And they can't do that because they're not gods. So they cheat.
Yep.
With the armadillo.
That poor little armadillo.
I know, he gets so beat up.
He's so cute.
And this is where Zekel Khan gets confirmation that they are not gods because Tulio elbows Miguel in the face, and so Miguel's bleeding when he confronts Zekel Khan. Because, Miguel caused this whole ruckus and Tulio has hooked up with Chell, Miguel and Tulio are drifting apart. Miguel decides to stay behind with all the people, and Chell and Tulio are going to go back to Spain with all the gold. However, throughout this whole time, Cortez has landed on the same place and is kind of following the path of Tulio and Miguel to get to El Dorado. Once Zekel Khan realizes that Miguel and Tulio are not gods, he goes and he uses magic and he brings this giant jaguar statue to life, and he's able to control it. And they fight with, that jaguar comes, it fights with Tulio and Miguel, it ends up falling into the vortex along with Zekel Khan. And he gets sucked through the vortex and, out this little side thing, and it goes back and he runs into Cortez, who he actually thinks is a god because he's, tough and brutal, like the gods are supposed to be. So Tulio and Chell are about to leave, and Miguel's gonna stay, and then they find out that Cortez is here, and he will be able to find the city because Zekel Khan is leading him.
Yes.
So Tulio comes up with this plan to block the city gates by smashing a boat into the pillars to block the gates. And they do that. And so Miguel and Tulio are back together. Chell's with them. They block the city from Cortez and Zekel Khan. And Cortez is pissed, so he drags Zekel Khan off, probably to be killed.
Yeah. And
without any of the gold, the three friends go off on another adventure.
Aww.
The end.
So sweet.
Also, I just want to mention how many times I had to fucking type Zekel Khan, and it's spelled Tzekel-Khan.
I don't like it.
And I was like...
I would probably just start doing it the way that I pronounce it instead.
Zekel.
Yep.
Zekel.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
But yeah, that's the road to El Dorado. El Dorado. Go ahead.
Give me the fun facts.
Perfect. So, the first fun fact I have, so the Spanish general in the movie, his name is Cortez, but in real life, the man who tried to find El Dorado was Gonzalo. I only kept this fun fact because I love this dude's name. Gonzalo Pizarro.
Interesting. Gonzalo Pizarro.
Yep. I just like this name. This is the one where I, dropped my face because I was so baffled.
Okay.
It's honestly, now that I'm looking back at it, not that baffling. I was just really excited. The Backstreet Boys performed a version of Friends Never Say Goodbye with Sir Elton John that was on the soundtrack, but not in the movie.
Oh my god. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Backstreet's back.
All right. Da-na-na-na. Da-da-na. All right.
I love a good Backstreet Boy. They're coming out with a new album, I heard.
I hope so.
Interesting. It's always weird to me when, singers are like, oh, yeah, I'll make a song for the soundtrack, but not the actual movie.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know who actually makes that up, but it's kind of weird when they do that.
Demi Lovato, it was Frozen, so they couldn't really do it. But Demi Lovato did a version of the...
Let It Go.
Yep. Let It Go. That played on the radio, but then, they also played the real one on the radio.
Oh, I didn't know that she did that a version of that.
Yeah.
Or, even with, the Grinch, the little girl singing that song, but then Faith Hill sings the song.
Yep. Weird.
I don't know. I don't know who decides that, but it's odd. It's we're doing a lot of work here.
So, compared to everyone else in the movie, Zekel Khan has teeth that are, individually carved out.
Yeah.
So you can see his teeth. Everybody else just has, a white, strip.
That makes sense to me, because I was always thinking that his teeth were really big.
And they did that to make him appear more lifelike, and therefore more scary.
Yeah. Except his, he never had an indent from his nose to his forehead.
No.
It was just one big curve.
Just
It was very weird.
So, this movie has a PG rating.
Really?
However, despite the PG rating, there are a bunch of, like, suggestive.
Yep.
humor through the movie, including when, like, Tulio goes, "Holy ship!"
Yeah.
And apparently he says hell twice.
Yeah, I heard him say hell once, at least.
It says that it said it twice. And there's also a sexual reference to that girl in Barcelona. And obviously, Tulio has a relationship with Chell.
Right.
And then the last
sexual one.
Fun fact that I have. So, when Chell and Tulio are making out, like, on the ground, when Jekyll Khan comes to see Tulio, and they suddenly stand up, Chell is nowhere near his face.
Oh, really?
Which, brings you to believe that...
Oh, wow, that's weird.
that they're not making out. Other things are happening.
Something's out. Because something's doing something.
She comes straight up, and he, like, leans forward. But,
she's making out with something else.
She's making out with that D.
With that D?
And on that inappropriate animated movie.
Yep.
Nope. I think we're gonna move on to this other inappropriate animated version of Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Fuck, Marry, Kill!
I love it. So, there's Kevin Kline, who voices Tulio.
Yep.
Kenneth Branagh, Miguel. Rosie Perez, Chell. Armand Asante, Jekyll Khan. Edward James Olmos, Chief. And Jim Cummings, Cortez.
Okay.
I'm gonna start from the bottom.
Okay. Oh, ooh. Okay.
Mixing it up.
Just like Chell.
Cortez. Fuck, marry, kill.
I'm gonna kill because he's scary as fuck.
He's so scary.
I don't think he's ever smiled in his life. He's scary and I'm just scared of him.
I don't like him. He's big and scary.
No.
Chief.
Honestly, I'd try to fuck him. Just to see what happens. Because that man should be on my 600-pound life.
You really should. I don't know, though, because when they walk up the stairs at the beginning and, like, Tulio and Miguel, which is, honestly, us, fucking, like, crawling up those stairs, and the chief just did it.
Yeah, that's weird. That's not right.
But he's hilarious. I love him.
He's great, and I want to see what that's like.
Jekyll Khan.
Kill him.
Yeah.
He did.
Boy, bye! Chell.
Hey, your dad. Chell. I'd probably fuck her.
Yeah.
Just because she has that Kim K body.
Really, though, it's like, boop, boop, boop.
Like, severely animated.
Like, huge boobs, tiny waist, huge ass.
Yeah.
Great.
What every girl wants. What a girl wants.
What a girl needs.
Whatever makes her happy.
Set you free. Miguel.
Which one is that? The blonde one?
The blonde one is Miguel.
I don't know. I'd probably just fuck him.
Yeah. Tulio.
Yeah. I'd probably fuck him too. I'm not marrying any.
Yeah, no marriages
in these
on this one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
sorry.
Fair.
Because they both seem funny and like clever, but like I don't want to hang out with them for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They seem like Miguel's too optimistic for me. I don't look so that brightly on life.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I like that about him, but at the same time, he's just like, yeah, he doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
The little voice? Remember the little voice?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Exactly.
Yeah. And Tulio just...
You would have to cut they both have to cut their hair in real life if they were actual people, because I hate men with long hair.
Yes. Remember that when that was like a thing?
Yeah.
I hated it.
It still is for some people. I don't get it. Men, why? Especially when they're just gonna put it in a ponytail.
Yeah, you can't have man buns that look better than my buns.
Yeah.
Just cut your fucking hair, okay?
Buns. Your
Buns.
I don't know. I just feel like it's so weird when people are like, I'm going to have long hair and then never do anything with it. Like, get your Brazilian blowout. Curl that shit.
Like, if you're Jonathan, you're great.
Yeah.
You do you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
You blow out that fucking long hair.
Yeah.
But, like, other people who, like, don't wash it.
Yeah.
And don't do stuff to it.
Like, that also, seeing as how the Super Bowl is tomorrow, reminds me of another fact that I hate, is the fact that, like, football players with long hair.
Gross.
It's so weird, like, why? And then they don't put it up, so it's just, like, all over their big shoulders. I'm like, pieces of that are gonna get ripped out.
Also, especially, usually black men, but football players with dreads, how do you fit a helmet on that head?
I mean...
Do you have, like, XXL helmets? Because I feel like your dreads are just big.
Well, I'm sure it's, like, there's padding in the helmet.
There is.
Fit it
but, like, also, like, Colin Kaepernick, I know he doesn't really play football anymore,
yeah,
but he had that, like, huge fro. How do you fucking fit that thing in a helmet?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why men, especially the ones that play sports, have these, like, long hair. It's just too much for me. It's like, if I didn't have to have hair to, like, look okay, like, I wouldn't have it.
Yeah, also, I want to point out, obviously not this movie because it's an animated movie, but literally every fucking movie, why do women keep their hair down when they do things?
Oh.
Bitch, like, you're not gonna go to the gym and just leave your hair down.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna run around in heels. Put on some fucking sneakers and some sweatpants and put your hair in a ponytail because that's the realistic life that we all live.
Yes. Very, very true.
Don't make men believe that we're gonna look hot at the gym. We don't, okay?
No. If you saw me this morning, you would know.
Yeah. If you saw our Instagram today, which is the 2nd of February, you would know that we don't look great at the gym, hence the black and white filter.
Just slap a black and white filter on that thing and you'll be fine.
You're great. Okay. I guess we should bring it back to the actual movie.
Sure.
We got a little
so.
distracted.
Got a little ranty.
So, this is the first animated movie that we've watched on the podcast.
Yeah.
I thought I'd lighten it up a little bit this month. Maybe, I mean, obviously Groundhog Day is not a heavy movie, but, like, just mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
And there was some music. Technically not a musical, but there was some music, like every animated movie.
Right.
So, Katie, I think that you're going to rate this movie.
We're just smiling at each other.
I know what I want you to rate it, so I'm going to go with that you're going to give it a hell yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that's right, but that's what I want it to be.
I'm going to give it a...
It's alright.
I figured.
I'm sorry.
You didn't laugh at all the parts that were appropriate to laugh at, so I was like,
I did laugh at some of them.
You did laugh at some of them.
But, I don't know. I feel like it was... I have high expectations for animated movies sometimes. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's also like... What is it? DreamWorks?
DreamWorks.
What other DreamWorks movies
Shrek.
are there? Oh, I do like Shrek. But that's like more like adult humor, I think.
Yeah.
Or just like the characters are funnier. I don't know. It's just a lot.
I feel like
it's okay.
A big part of animated movies is the nostalgia.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not newer ones, but like older animated movies, I feel like a big part of them is nostalgia. And if you didn't see it when it came out, then that nostalgia is not a piece of it. So.
Yeah. I mean, it was cute. It was just like...
Oh man, we had like, feels like 15 people at my house today, and every single one of them was like, oh, you're gonna love this movie.
I know. It's so weird when people are like, oh, you're gonna love it. And I was, in my head, I'm always just like, probably not.
I know. Everyone was saying that, and I was like, no.
Shut up.
That's not gonna be the case, but it's fine. Yeah.
I mean, it was a nice, light-hearted movie. You know, I don't know. I wasn't subjected to an old movie that everyone's seen before, and they get really upset with me whenever they find out I have never seen it.
Exactly.
This one is just kind of like a whatever.
And I feel like, especially animated movies, one of the main things with you is that you need to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, I don't mean this to offend you,
No.
but I feel like animated movies, because they're meant for kids, entertain. They are like
Yeah.
loud and they have like colors, and it's
Right.
just like,
and it's something's constantly stimulating you.
yeah,
That's what I need. That's
exactly.
literally what I need. Because, like, when I watch a movie, I want to be entertained. That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to
entertain.
I'm not trying to fucking critique the cinematic shit. I don't even know. Like, I don't care about the other stuff, which I've already said before. But I'm never gonna be like, oh, it won Best Picture, like I must see it.
I
Because
must.
It's probably a load of shit. Like, I'm pretty sure, what's the fucking movie? The Prestige was, like, won a bunch of awards.
I don't know.
I'm sure it has. It looks like one of those ones that would win a bunch of awards, and then I've been like, cool.
Great.
But how many awards did Mean Girls get? Exactly. It's fucking bullshit! That's what I'm saying!
No, I asked you if you had seen, when I was writing the notes for this, I asked you if you had seen Wild Wild West.
Wow, wow, West. No, but I heard the song!
When I roll into the Wild Wild West. When I stroll into the Wild Wild West. So that movie also has Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh.
Oh.
So I'm gonna add it to
But,
our
like, in
list.
RL.
Yeah, IRL, Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh.
Interesting.
Kenneth Branagh is the bad guy. Kevin Kline is Will Smith's partner. Yep.
I'm trying to see if The Prestige won any awards.
I feel like it didn't. I feel like it wasn't, like, hyped enough.
That's true.
But it's it is the kind of, like, slow. I feel like a lot of movies that win awards are movies that I'm like, I will never see that in my entire life.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Oscar, Emmy,
Yeah.
EGOT. Just kidding. Movies don't win Tonys that much. But
Oh. No, this one... So, The Prestige received Academy Award nominations for Best Cinematography and Best Art Direction. Yeah, like, if you're in the category for cinematography and art direction, I don't want to see you. Like, I want, like, something that is, like, MTV Movie Awards type shit.
I need, like the teen
greatest action scene!
pew, 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 pew! I need, like, the Teen Choice Awards.
Yes.
Best kiss, and then the actors
Yes.
make out on stage. That's what I want.
Yes. Yes. Yes! Basically, like, The Notebook, when, what's his name?
Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
and Rachel McAdams, like, jumped into each other's arms.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the MTV Movie Awards.
I'm pretty sure that was, too.
Also, when Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera made out with Madonna.
Yep.
Also at the MTV Movie Awards.
Yep.
Little Kim rolls up in the dress, or I think it was a pantsuit.
The
one
purple
titty
one?
out.
Yeah.
One titty out with just a pasty titty. Purple titty pit. Purple titty. MTV Movie Awards. I think. I'm not sure. Don't look it up. Don't fact check me. But that's the type of shit I need. Purple titty.
I'm just gonna look up the MTV Movie Awards and see, like...
Crazy shit happens.
So, I'm gonna have to cut all of that, but we just watched a, like, clip of bests, probably from the most recent MTV Movie Awards.
Yeah.
And Black Panther obviously won a bunch of awards.
Yep.
It made the best movie,
Mm-hmm.
which, Katie, actually, I'm just gonna start with the Black Panther.
It's the best movie. I love that movie. Lady Gaga was the one who announced that they won Best Movie. And she said, Black motherfucking Panther. Because she's cool AF.
So cool.
Michael B. Jordan, I love you.
Ugh.
He was a good villain. I was like, why are you so mean? But I love you!
But also keep your shirt off the whole movie. Great job. Just
Even
like
if you
that.
have alligator scars all over you or
It's
whatever.
fine. Just like that. Keep it off.
I was just
Keep
like,
it off.
So fascinated how much that must have hurt. You know they do that in real life?
I do know.
Yeah. But I just want to say Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever.
Yeah, basically what we're getting at is that movies that win awards obviously are good, but they don't entertain us as much as we would like them to.
Yeah.
And that's why the MTV Movie Awards picks better movies.
Oh, for fucking sure. They have a best reality show, and guess who it fucking went to?
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Exactly. That's the type of award show I need in my life. I don't need the Oscars or the... What others are there? I don't even know. The Emmys.
SAG Awards.
Ugh, Saggy Awards.
And then Grammys and Tonys.
Well,
but
Grammys,
those are like...
Grammys are fun. Because there's performances and lightning.
Literally, like, the only award show I can watch nowadays is the Tonys. Because award shows are just like, ugh, barf.
Yeah.
Like, they take so long. But the Tonys always have opening crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris has hosted, I feel like, 15 million times. And he's Neil Patrick Harris, so his openings are great.
Yeah.
James Corden.
Yep.
James Corden did it one year when, like, Hamilton's super big now, but when Hamilton was super big, and he did the whole opening about Hamilton, and that was really good, and, like, there's musical numbers the whole time, and, like, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Because it entertains me, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
Right. I get that, for sure. That might not be more of my speed.
No.
But, you know, everybody has their own thing.
Everyone has their own thing, and mine is
In
musicals.
conclusion.
In conclusion, things have to entertain you, the end.
Yes. And El Dorado, the road to El Dorado, didn't really entertain me that much. My voice went super high when I just said that.
It entertains me, and I said while we were watching it that it's like, fuck, I forgot. Like, watching this makes me realize how much I quote it, because the both is good. I do that all the time. It is equivalent with the Por qué no las dos.
Yeah.
That I do. But again, nostalgia.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love The Road to El Dorado. So if you have a childlike heart and no soul, watch The Road to El Dorado and you'll love it.
Yeah.
And if you have a normal like heart and no soul, then
if
it'll be okay.
Yeah, like if you liked Zootopia, don't watch this movie because it's a letdown.
I love Zootopia.
I know. Zootopia! Mostly the sloth scene is my favorite.
Basically, Zootopia is great, and you should go watch it. And if you're kind of into it, watch El Dorado.
Yeah, that set the bar high.
We kind of got off
animated movies.
topic.
Well,
you know, we sang, we got off topic.
Yeah.
Welcome to Olivier and Rose. This is our fucking podcast.
Yeah. Strap in. It's gonna get weird, and we're gonna take a lot of twists and turns. We probably should have gave that preface in the beginning.
Yeah. But now you're at the end, and you've made it.
Yeah.
And you know that.
Yeah. Today, we're recording this on Groundhog Day. So that was our last podcast, and just in case you didn't know, Punxsutawney Phil didn't see his shadow. Right?
No. Like, no, he didn't. Yes, you are correct.
Okay.
Punxsutawney Phil said that we are going to have a short winter and an early spring.
Yeah.
However, if you did listen to the episode last week, you know that Punxsutawney Phil is only right 39% of the time.
Yeah.
So, we'll probably be in winter until we die because, you know, global warming, and it was 2 degrees here last week. And it's, like, in the negative 50s in Minnesota, so.
Yeah. Saying 2 degrees isn't even an exaggeration that people, like, that you would say. Like, it was literally 2 degrees.
It was legit 2 degrees.
It was actually. Not when people say literally and don't actually literally mean it. I mean, it was literally 2 degrees!
We were on the edge of the polar vortex. Minnesota
Polar vortex
was in the middle of it. And people, they did, like, the frozen pants challenge and all that shit.
What?
I'll show you. Basically, it's really cold, and, you know, Punxsutawney Phil said we were going to have an early spring, but I highly doubt that because global warming and it's cold out.
Yeah. So, on a good concluded note, we're all going to die from global warming.
So, do whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't matter if you get stuck in the same day. Go buck wild.
Oh, fuck.
But anyways.
I've had some wine.
A few. We're going to drink so much. We're going to see a live podcast tonight.
Live.
In
New York. It's Saturday night. Just kidding, it's Boston.
Live in Boston. It's Saturday night. Missed opportunity.
Sorry.
So we've been drinking a lot, and we're just gonna drink more. So we need to wrap this up. We need to drink a little bit more, and I need to do my hair, and we need to get going.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Next week will be a movie. I haven't looked at the list. It'll be great. If you have a movie suggestion, you can send it to us.
Yep.
On all the social medias.
Yep, all of them.
Including Instagram, where the shout-out this week goes to...
olivier&rose on Instagram. I'm very sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. It's super Irish. I looked it up. There were a couple pronunciations. That's what I'm going to go with. Let me know if I got it right. If I didn't, again, I'm sorry. But congrats, girl. You answered the clues right this week, so woohoo!
But if you want to get a personal shout-out, then you can follow us on Instagram at olivier&rose_pod. You can also follow us on Twitter at olivier&rose_pod.
Yes.
And we have a website, olivier&rosepod.squarespace.com. And on that website, you can find links to the Instagram, the Twitter. You can also find links to Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. We put it in all those places.
Yeah.
And there's also a tab for the Patreon page. If you want to support us, because we are an independent podcast.
We are independent ladies. But we need your support.
I was trying to think of the independent, but I couldn't think of the rest of the words.
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means?
Here we go. That works. We're an independent podcast, and we record on one mic.
Come on, ladies, who truly feel me. Throw your hands up about me. That's what you wanted.
Yes, that one.
I am a walking radio.
And we just, if you want to buy us more gin, or wine, or olives, we promise to use your money on good things, like maybe some merch.
Yeah.
If you support on Patreon, maybe we could get some merch off the ground, probably starting with stickers, but, baby steps, which coincidentally is the first tier on Patreon.
Yeah.
So, bringing it back, there's a link on our website to the Patreon. You can also see some great photos of me and Katie and some about us if you are into that. And you can email us with movie suggestions, what you love and hate about the podcast. Mostly love, because we're great. You love us, right? And, and if you want to leave a review, iTunes is the best place.
Yes.
5 stars is the best to give us.
5 stars is actually the only rating you can give us. Sorry.
It won't let you give less than that.
But don't try it.
Don't try. Just do 5. And leave us a review. If you leave us a 5-star review, or even a good 4-star review, we may read it on the podcast.
Yes.
And then you'll be totally famous.
Totally famous.
Yep.
All of our Swedish listeners will know who you are.
They'll know. But thanks so much for listening, guys. We'll see you next week. And I think that's it. Bye!